Hi, WhiskyJason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of American and Germany. Now with my second Japanese whiskey from AKASHI. AKASHI, also known as the White Oak Distillery. This is a typical blend from the White Oak Distillery. This is the typical, great job of preparing the video, the typical single malt. And what I have here is a special bottling of a 5-year-old, not a no age statement, a 5-year-old Spanish sherry cask. Not a finish. All 5 years it's spent in the cask number 5117. According to Whiskey Base 50920, there were 1,000 bottles for all of Europe. Now, do not forget 0.5 liter bottles. So that works out with a big old sherry cask. And this has been on the market in Germany and Europe since 2015. And back in 2016, this actually would cost for the 0.5 liter 72 euros. Today, 2017, November, 114 euros. So you're running around $130, $135 for a half liter. Unbelievable. So 50%, by the way. Very, very nice color. Very, very nice color, but 5 years in a sherry cask, what do you expect? So my nose says sherry. I would even say Oloroso sherry. Now, AKASHI is, as I said, the White Oak Distillery. They have been in business now since 1888, and it's actually called the Aigashima Sake Brewing Company Limited. It was established in the city of Akashi, Hyogo, Japan. And 1919, it received a license to distill whiskey. And in 1984, they started distilling whiskeys. And the first single malt came onto the market in 2007. And this is a 5-year-old single malt. If you take a look at Whiskey Base and you type in AKASHI sherry, you'll get a few single malts that they have produced for different countries of the world. So very, very interesting. A nice Oloroso, a nice floral note in the nose. The single grain is very, very secondary, and the sherry is more a dominant primary aroma. Let's taste it. Comes in the mouth, and there's a little bit of the single grain and a little bit of the sherry. And what really, really surprises me is it's a 50% ABV, 100 proof. And it tastes like it's 85, 86 proof. It's just so smooth and so delicate. And then that sherry really kicks in. Oh, very fruity, very nice. And the alcohol comes with it. And then the aftertaste is even better. The grain is there, that barley comes in, and it's just a really nice, balanced, complex thing. AKASHI, 5-year-old Spanish sherry cask, cask number 5117, Whiskey Base 50920 is a nice whiskey, a very nice Japanese whiskey. Is it worth 114 euros? No. Is it worth 72 euros, the original price? Maybe. All right. I always say that a Japanese whiskey costs about $20 to $30 more than a normal Scottish whiskey. And a Scottish whiskey costs maybe $20 or $10, $15 more than a bourbon. So if you want good money, good bourbon for a low amount of money, you have to buy a bourbon in the States. If you want a nice single malt, go to Scotland. And if you want a very, very nice, expensive single malt, go to Japan. I'm trying to identify something. 1 second, please. I get a little bit of marshmallow. Not the big ones, the tiny little ones you put in the cacao, hot chocolate. Cacao was German, I'm sorry. Very nice. I tasted this in German, and I actually compared it to a Glenfarclas 15-year-old. This one. I'm going to give it a B. It's almost a B plus. It's a B. Now imagine I could buy it for 72 euros, about $80. This is going to be actually a C plus. It's not a B minus. In the taste, it's a solid B. It's one of the best Japanese whiskeys I've had. It's very, very nice and very, very rare. WhiskyJason, whiskey from the viewpoint of American and Germany, tasting and testing and reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. One of 1,000 bottles here in Europe. Wasn't even delivered to the States or other places in the world. So, I can recommend it. If you can find it, buy it. Try not to pay more than the 75 euros for it that it originally went for. Very, very nice. Some people wrote online that they had some type of sulfur. Sometimes that sherry tips into a sulfur. I cannot. It's, if I want to imagine it could be there, but it's really not. AKASHI, maybe you're going to have a very bright future. Keep on producing, keep on exporting, and keep on making great whiskeys. Maybe one day we'll once again have a 12-year-old single grain or a single malt from you. That would be more than fantastic, but try to keep it under $100 if at all possible. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of American Germany, reviewing on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thank you very much for watching. It was my pleasure, and see you soon, I hope. Bye-bye.